Thank you for that. Thank you. Good evening. How are you? All right, let's address the elephant in the room. My voice, I'll tell you what happened. My voice found out that this was gonna be on C-SPAN 2. It decided not to show up. I still had to be here. It is what it is. The first thing I wanna do tonight, I wanna acknowledge the courage in this room. There's a lot of courage in this room. Differing degrees, but all courage. I see our service members in this room who stand in the line of fire to keep us safe. A round of applause for our service members. I see the media in the room who stand in the line of Sarah Huckabee Sanders to keep us safe. Yeah, you work hard. That must be April Ryan over there, yeah. She's earned a round of applause. I also see in this room elected officials sitting at the same tables with reporters they blocked on Twitter. This is courage. Now, some of you don't know who I am. That's fine. I understand that. Real quick introduction as to who I am. For those of you who don't know me, I am Anthony Anderson from ABC's Blackish. So you can just take a picture with me afterwards and tell your friends you met Anthony Anderson. The media is here tonight, and I think it is important that we recognize the media for what they are, the white blood cells of a sick democracy. They work very hard to get the facts out there, and not just radio, not just television. We also have to give it up for print, because print does a lot as well. I'm talking about the Washington Post. I'm talking about Politico. To get the rest of that thought, you have to be a subscriber. I'm sorry. We're on C-SPAN 2. C-SPAN 2. 2. Not 1, 2. There's 3 C-SPANs, and none of us are famous enough to get on one. I like C-SPAN. C-SPAN is the home of my favorite show, White People Avoiding the Question. C-SPAN 2 is the home of my other favorite show, Ben Carson, Avoiding the Question. C-SPAN 3 is where they show New York Knicks games where the Knicks avoid victories. I respect C-SPAN. I respect the fact that C-SPAN as a network has given up. They don't care anymore. They used to back in the day. C-SPAN used to care. They don't care. No theme song, no sponsors, no hip catchphrases. They don't even have an app. You have a radio app. Not YouTube, I'm talking an app. One thing one of your friends will never say to you is, hey man, can I borrow your C-SPAN password? There is no C-SPAN on demand because there is no demand. Don't moan, you're just making it weird. If there's a C-SPAN app, I will download it later tonight. I will delete my C-SPAN 3 app on my phone. People, I'm here to talk to you tonight about a serious topic. I want to talk about a resource that is running out. And I don't want to get all Al Gore on you, But we're running out of trust. Trust is at an all-time low. And I think what we've learned in the last year is that we need trust to run this nation. You need a little bit of it. But the problem now, who can you trust? Who can you trust? Can you trust the facts? Don't know. Can you trust politicians? Don't know. Can you trust the police? You want to, but you don't know. We don't even know if that's Melania standing next to him anymore. You can't even trust pictures. You can't trust the news. They call you fake news. One time, somebody sent me an article, said it was fake news. Turned out it was real news. You can't trust fake news. Trust starts at the top. Trust starts at the top, and it trickles down. And the two people whose trust we need most, they're not here tonight. They didn't think enough of me or you or C-SPAN 2 to show up. And to that leader, I say, comrade, why you no come? And hey, Zuckerberg. Now, with our golfer-in-chief, it's a different story. It's not a lot of trust there as well. We're not sure if the staff trusts him. He said that he wanted to double our nuclear arsenal. And his staff scoffed at it. Double the nuclear arsenal. Do you know how big our nuclear arsenal already is? We have enough nuclear warheads to destroy the world 2 times over. 2 times over. That is the destructive power of at least 4 New York Times Harvey Weinstein articles. 2 times over. Trust isn't gonna come from the top. It's gotta come from within. I don't know what to think about the commander-in-chief, but I know he acts like a teenager at best sometimes. Talks cool about groping women. He's teasing North Koreans. He's using cool nicknames like Little and Bigly. Donald Trump behaves so much like a teenager, Anthony Weiner sent him a picture of his penis. Don't groan. They don't get C-SPAN in jail. He can't hear this. Do they get C-SPAN in jail? Does your app go to jail? All right, well, check that out and get back to me. I just think where trust is concerned, it's time for us to just admit, just admit it, Democrats. It's okay. Just admit it, Republicans. Just admit it, Republicans. Trump wasn't the dog that you wanted. You brought the wrong dog home. He's peeing in the carpet. He's barking at stuff he shouldn't even be paying attention to. And he growls at every black woman that makes eye contact with him. And the black part is sad. It's sad that he would disrespect black women, black people, you know. Especially considering early on how some black people tried to have his back. They tried. Even if it was just a little, they tried. Dave Chappelle had to scale it back. Steve Harvey had to scale it back. Presidents of black colleges had to scale it back. Donald Trump has disappointed so many black people, he could run for re-election as a Democrat. That one's a little spicy, okay. A little spicy. Trust, that's the issue. Can we trust Democrats? Can we trust the Democrats? Want to, but we don't know. We won't know until you stop talking about 2016. You lost. Did they cheat? Probably. Can't prove it? You lost. Sucks, but you lost. You gotta figure out what the next plan is. Guys, even Atlanta Falcon fans have moved on. You can't keep dwelling on that. You gotta let it go, man. You got Hillary going around with her book, pointing the finger, which is fine. She's earned the right. Just as an aside, that's a weird thing to me. Presidency, that she gets a book. It's a little weird to me. It's cool, but it's weird. President is the only job you can apply for, not get the job, and then you get to write a book explaining why you didn't get the job. This is an unemployed person just touring the country, telling you why they're unemployed. How is that fair? No other job lets you get a book for not getting the job. I'm not mad at Hillary. I'm just saying I wish I'd have known that was an option when Foot Locker turned me down. Speaker Ryan came up earlier and gave some words. Speaker Ryan had to leave because he had to rush and gut Obamacare. I don't know if y'all knew this or not about Speaker Ryan, but in addition to donating his time, he also donated his spine to science. Republicans, we want to trust you. Americans want to trust you. Contrary to anything you believe or whatever you think people think about you, we want to trust you. We elected you. You were elected because somebody believed in you. But we don't know if we can trust you. You can't trust each other. John McCain left brain surgery because he didn't trust you. He literally said, no, I've got to go back. I don't know if I trust them to not do the wrong thing. Found out he had cancer. 2 weeks later, right back at work, which is exactly what most of us will have to do if you kill Obamacare. Thank you. You gotta admit it, guys. Y'all know that healthcare plan is bad. That healthcare plan is bad. Republican healthcare is so bad, ISIS refuses to claim responsibility for it. And I wouldn't even be so upset about the healthcare if it didn't go against the gun control. They don't work together. You need two policies that go hand in hand. Guys, if you kill everybody with the health care, who's gonna be left to shoot each other with the guns? You can't be for health care and it just doesn't. That's like General Motors being pro-car but anti-wheel. You gotta get on the same page. And you know what's funny? Like, people used to say, or people say, you know what's funny? People say you're white supremacists. That's the first thing people call you. Oh, you're a white supremacist, but I don't know. At least a white supremacist, they're all on the same page. They have an agenda that they agree upon. Nobody's leaving brain surgery to go break up the Klan meeting. I think the thing that really leaves me speechless in the search for truth is the lack of good lies. If you're gonna lie, tell a good lie. Tell a legendary lie. Tell a real lie. I am not a crook. I did not have sexual relations. You know the lies we have now? I did give him a check and I did call his widow. Like those. That'll never make a t-shirt at Hot Topic, people. Tell short, crisp lies that fit on a t-shirt. You just have to accept the fact that you're gonna get caught. If you're lying, you're gonna get caught. The head of the CIA could not keep his affair a secret. The head of the highest intelligence unit in the country could not keep his side chick a secret. You think your ass ain't gonna get caught? Tell good lies if you're gonna lie. To my members of the media, I hope that you stand fast, and I hope that you continue to do God's work. And please don't let the climate of the country now change the reporting you've done up until this point. There's been a lot of overcorrecting with trying to show how truthful you are. CNN, we don't need any more boxes on the screen. Okay, that's an anti-box group. 5 box max. And to all the broadcast channels, you don't have to send every reporter into the storm. Y'all went overboard this year. There was like 12 reporters per channel standing in every storm. All you need is 2 or 3 people. CNN sent Anderson Cooper. Don't do that. That man is a treasure. Anderson Cooper doesn't stand in a storm. He shows up after the storm. Why'd you let that happen, Wolf? It happened on your watch, Wolf. You're supposed to keep Anderson Cooper safe for us. As I'll wrap it up here because I know some of you have wives to get home to. Some of you have mistresses to get home to. As you look forward into the coming weeks and months, please do the right thing. I think part of the reason why trust has left us is because so many people choose themselves over their country. People choose their careers over their country. And the cool thing about trust is that it's a renewable resource. All it takes is an act of trust. One person stepping forward and doing the right thing and saying, hey, I'm not with that. Hey, I don't agree with that. Hey, that doesn't make sense. And you don't even have to stay and fight. You can just resign and leave. You know, we talk about athletes needing to stand for the flag, but it's a lot of us that need to stand for the people. And if there's more of that, then I think we will find trust again. Thank you guys a lot.